greatest concerns in life is environmental awareness. As I was choosing the topic for my case study, this is something that I kept in mind. As a result, I ended up choosing the American Beverage Association, or ABA, 2019 Every Bottle Back Initiative. Throughout my research, there were 4 focal points: background, goal, implementation, and theory application. Though it's possible for something to occur without an ulterior motive, generally there's a reason behind actions, and this has definitely been found true in ABA's history. Their background has played a large part into who they are now and what they do. The American Beverage Association is a representative of the non-alcoholic beverage community in America. They hold companies like Coca-Cola, Keurig Dr. Pepper, and PepsiCo, and their mission statement is focused on creating sustainability and a healthy lifestyle for their consumers. Though this is their stance, they haven't always held to that, and there have actually been a couple areas of controversy surrounding ABA. The first one is that benzene, which is a chemical linked to causing cancer, brominated vegetable oil, which is a flame retardant, and then a caramel coloring, which has also been linked to causing cancer, have been found in their beverages. Upon this information surfacing, ABA did little to nothing. They didn't change the recipes. They claimed that their drinks were safe and that it wasn't a big deal. However, the individual companies like Coca-Cola did make changes and they did address it, but even after that, ABA still held to their original claims. Another area of controversy was the 2014 bottle bill expansion in Massachusetts. So this expansion was targeted to increase recycling and just create an overall positive benefit for the environment. However, ABA was not in support of it, and according to the US Right to Know website, they actually donated $5 million to a company that was trying to stop the expansion. Because of all this, ABA was in a pretty rough space, and they were building kind of a poor reputation. So they decided to refocus, lean into their mission statement, and they created the Every Bottle Back initiative. This leads us to the goal of the campaign. This initiative is focused on producing less new plastics and using more of what's already there. So they want to collect every existing industry bottle and they want to reuse them. They can be reused into new bottles, shirts, or even park benches, and this is all in hopes of promoting a circular economy, so producing less and then doing more with what's already available. However, ABA acknowledged that they weren't able to do this on their own, so they brought in help. They partnered with the World Wildlife Fund, the Recycling Partnership, and Closed Loop Partners. They brought them in so that they could help in completing their end goal, but then also to help with their 4-step execution plan. The first step in this was their partnership with the Recycling Partnership and Closed Loop Partners. So they donated an equivalent of $400 million to both of these organizations, and their goal with that is to increase recycling and increase access to recycling in communities and neighborhoods that have lower levels of recycling and not a lot of accessibility. The second execution step is awareness initiatives. So a public opinion strategies poll found that nearly half of Americans are unaware that ABA has 100% recyclable bottles. And in order for this campaign to be successful, these numbers have to change. And this leads us to step 3, which ties into step 2, and it goes off of the awareness. So they are repackaging their bottles and their designs, and they are adding information on the recyclability and how to recycle properly so people have easy access to that information. And then step 4 is actually their partnership with the World Wildlife Fund. So the World Wildlife Fund has a new website called Resource Plastic, and they use this website to track plastic production and collection of companies that have partnered with them, update people on the environment, and then suggest new ways to reuse plastics. And ABA has partnered with them to track their own plastic production and collection throughout this process. So, since this is a relatively new initiative, they actually just chose the first site for all this to happen back in January. They chose Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, so they will be the first to receive the benefits ABA has to offer, which is very exciting. But because of that, there isn't a lot of data to back it up yet, so that will be kind of in the future. This leads us to the last step of my research, which was theory application. There are actually two theories that can be applied to the study. The first one is the spiral of silence theory, which focuses on public opinion and how if your opinion isn't represented, you're more likely to stay quiet and not speak up. This is represented largely in minorities and majorities. So the minority in this case is actually the population of people who are unaware of ABA's 100% recyclability. Steps 2, 3, and 4 of their execution plan target this minority specifically, and it helps in encouraging them to seek and learn more ways that they can be helpful, and it helps them know that they are not alone in their position. The second one is the excellence theory, which is all about producer and consumer communication and making sure that your company is making choices that are going to directly benefit the needs and wants of your consumers. ABA did this through listening to their consumers through their poll, listening to world news, the common themes, the responses to controversy, and in selecting their first location site. So this whole thing was kind of centered around doing what was right for their consumers and their communities. ABA's history, though definitely controversial, led them to where they are now in creating this beautiful initiative for doing good and doing more. They partnered with people that were going to help them complete this, and they tried to make the world better one step at a time.